Hey everybody, I'm Randy Jones at Incredible Tiny Homes. And we've been so busy that we've done a Facebook earlier in the week and then it's already Friday. We've been so busy, I just haven't even thought about updating everybody, and I really do apologize. So I'm gonna do a quick rundown and show you what we've done all week. I'm looking at this big one behind me and I'll show you as we come through here. This is our workshop that we've got here. We're in here working, putting the hardwood floors down, the V-groove inside, the lofts and all that. So that's going really well. Let's get going. Come on, let me show you. Here's one we're framing. And again, you know, everybody, my whole philosophy behind tiny homes is that building these is a whole lot simpler process than maybe the industry's pointing out. These trailers, over the years, we've fabricated these trailers and designed them to fit our needs. We totally have these trailers show you what we do, how do we do it. So watch our videos. I need to actually log and say, hey, these are our trailers, and you can see how we do them. The plumbing is underneath the floor. We've done a couple videos on that. We're already past that point, so I don't need to show it right now. There's our framing up top, as you can see. You see that continuous big board up there? That's a big. So I was trying to come up with a nickname on that thing, and I always said something wasn't right. But that big board up there goes all the way around the perimeter, right? So that allows us to cut openings in anywhere we want. Now these guys, let me show you a novice way of building these tiny homes for you at home. All right, this is called a sub plate or a sole plate. All right, sole plate and a top plate. They both run horizontal. And in between those two sole plates and the top plate is you got vertical studs, right? We go 2 foot on center. The industry says 16 on center when you build homes. These are so small. There's not much roof load whatsoever of vertical weight coming down. You don't need 16 on center. Campers that are just as wide as these 2x2s, all right? These are 2x4s, massive strong. You don't need steel. Steel and a 2x4 are equivalent to the same strength, all right? So the proponent of steel is light. Yes, they are lightweight. Me, I don't really care about lightweight. Unless you want it designed lightweight, we can do that. But normally, weight doesn't play a big part in what we do, okay? Even traveling with it, a truck can haul these things. All right, but I want to show you. So when we lay this out, when I say lay that out, we'll take the top plate and the sole plate, we put them together, we hook our tape, and we'll pull 24 inches and make a line. And I put an X on the right side of my line. And I go 24, 24, 24, 24, all the way down. And that's where my 2x4 is set. So when I separate those two, this top plate and sole plate, you got an X and an X, and I put a stud in between each one. You can screw it or you can nail it, right? And then we stand them up. Now, we don't put any windows and doors anywhere. You can see there's no cutouts for any windows and doors. Because of that board all the way across, you can put them anywhere you want. So let's say you're inside and you got your floor plan and you know where you want a window. You'll say, hey, this is where my kitchen is. My countertop is 36 inches with a backsplash is 3.5, 4 inches. So we're gonna go up 40. Window trim, 42. Boom, there you go. So the bottom of your window's at 42 inches. What kind of window you got? If you got one laying around and you've collected windows from salvage or whatever, measure that window and then you cut out where you want it. And then you'll put a 2x4 and box it in like a little picture frame and you set your window in it. And we'll show you more about that later, but it's super simple. If you can get to this point and then sheet it, and then we'll show you a quick way of building rafters, the strength in this whole thing is done. You don't have to worry about it blowing off down the road or anything like that, all right? So come on. That's just a quick framing scenario I wanted to tell you about, and about these headers. This is like a big opening. This fender probably could be load bearing, which means all the weight could handle it. But we go ahead and add another header across it, so any weight up there. So if there's an enormous amount of snow load, it'll go here and it transfers over to the trailer. Let's see what we got. These are the homeowners. got their interior trim all done on the inside. They're putting the wood floor. As soon as the wood floor is done, then we can go up and throw up the bathroom wall. I'm gonna come back later. Come on, let's go back over here. We're gonna get pinged from our radio. You hear that radio? Why do we get pinged? And I go on YouTube and I see these people singing to Kanye, is it Kanye West and Elvis Presley, and they don't get pinged, but we do. I said that wrong, didn't I? Hey, look at this. Is this not awesome? Everybody, please. You got to take pictures of this thing. This is amazing. This is a thatch, but as you can tell, if you're familiar with our other homes we built, this is a different colored thatch. This is a custom-made colored thatch from this customer, right? We got our imitation stone, cedar shakes. Now these cedar shakes are glued with liquid nail behind them, all right? Everything is got watertight behind them, and we've got behind here is a watertight stucco, a synthetic stucco, all the way around. Look at this. Up here is a synthetic stucco, and we took straw and we mashed it inside that stucco. Tell the world about this. Where do you see a home like this? This is a tiny home on wheels. Now these will be popped off, and we're trying to make this to where when it gets to California, that we can just pop that back on for the homeowner, and it'll look really cool when they lower that thing down towards the ground. Another thing, we are taking this to California, so remember, we'll go anywhere with our homes. That tongue comes off because where we're at in California, they are limited to the length that they can have. So from there to there, it has to be done. That tongue could be bolted and pulled off. Look at the gable. You see the cedar shakes in the gable? So all the textures, you've got cedar shakes, you've got thatch, you've got stucco, and more thatch. What? That sounds funny, doesn't it? All right. And then the front's starting to come alive. Next week, you'll see the thatch on top of that eyebrow dormer. Now listen, people don't do eyebrow dormers because they're round, they're hard to do. Tell me that ain't beautiful. Look at that, everybody. Wow. Our door is custom built by Rob. We should say cabinets by Rob at Incredible Tiny Homes. This is a custom-made door. Look at this. Look. He's a craftsman. He's custom built this threshold, weather strip, trim, even got an edging around it. This Z-strip keeps the door from buckling. Is that not gorgeous, everybody? The little windows, the thatch, the shakes, the stucco, the straw. Oh my. Oh, that's stupid. All right. You got more stone trim. This is cedar trim, redwood cedar, not eastern white pine cedar. So you got cedar shakes, cut to fit. We'll put our little edging. We got kind of a synthetic mortar that we'll use in that. All right, quit talking. Let's go to this one. Of course, I haven't been able to work on my container because I'm down building. We're gonna come and show you what we've done. Have you put that on Instagram?
Nope.
A picture or anything? Oh
Nobody
my gosh,
knows
everybody. At our new location in Newport, we've got this arch that is unbelievable. So I've been working on it all week, back and forth here. So I haven't been able to work on the container and getting it done. As soon as I get done there, I'll come here. Let's go, come here.
Hi, Tiny.
Tiny will be going with us. Somebody asked us today, are you taking Tiny to your new location? Of course. Tiny and her
Tiny and Micro.
Micro.
All
right, this right here, Miss Ballard. This is your home. Teddy's staining it right here. We've got the siding underneath it, the siding above it. We've got it spray foam, wired, and plumbed on the inside. Come on. We've got the roof on it already. Our window provider, Windows, has been on a delay, putting a wrench in our process, but we just keep going. So what we do is we put our siding on, we'll put our windows and our trim, and then we'll cut our siding back to fit. So we'll be all right. But inside, can you put just your camera in there and show them how we got it all spray foamed in there? Isn't that beautiful? It's spray foam, and it's a little bit thicker. It almost was flush with the 2x4s. That's an inch thicker than we normally do. Because this customer is going really cold area up in Washington State. So we got one going to California, Washington State. We got one going to Oregon. Wow. So Teddy's here doing all the, this is a Sikkens product. Down here will be a green. That was my mom screaming. We got a green solid color stain, green, with a golden Sikkens product up here on the horizontal lap siding. All right, let's go back over here. Keep you guys. Now we're serious about tiny homes. If you want to come here, as you know, our prices are less than anyone on the earth. How's that? That's a pretty good statement, isn't it? I'll guarantee it. This is a home that's going over here to a local guy. He's bought several from us. He rents them out, doing really well on an Airbnb. This is a cute little 16-footer. This is the board and batten. We've used the rough sawn on the outside. It's exactly the way we wanted. Storage boxes. It's a typical 16-footer for us. The 4-degree pitch, it's a 4-degree pitch rafter, not a steep one. Now, look over here. We got a steep one here, right? And we call that a gable, or like a 45-degree. And if you look at some of them, if you get in a loft in that triangle, there's no room. But it looks cool because it looks like more like a home, right? It's not as boxy as that. So we can actually do a steep roof combined with a box, and that's your typical kind of tumbleweed home that they're famous with doing. We can combine them all together. So, but normally if you want 2 lofts, a lot of room and space inside, so we try to put, sometimes we'll put a reverse gable underneath those to give it more of a homey look. Now this one here is another 16-footer, and it's going over here at a local place. So that's 2 locals. That's encouraging, because we normally don't sell that many in Tennessee. This is going to have solar. We had to add a box to the back for the solar batteries, the inverter. Up front will be the water heater, but they don't want to shower in this. This is kind of a second, kind of an overnight house hooked to their big home up in the mountains here. Then we've got, what do we got? Oh, we got one over here going. This is Tony. He's from way up in eastern, God, it's the third one in Tennessee. So we're kicking on, we're getting on with it. And then on the other side is Matt. Matt is our hauler, does all the hauling for us. We've got trailers that just came in. We're trying to get these rolling, more coming in, going. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm Randy Jones, Incredible Tiny Homes. Our doors are open, right? And you know what? I wanted to say something. I heard something last night. They were talking about batting averages. Did you know that, and you guys probably heard this scenario 100 times, but like Babe Ruth and all these great guys that had great batting averages, and they've been heroes in let's say baseball. If they're over 300 average, right? So that's 300 is a successful, massive batting average. So that means they strike out 7 times out of 10, hit it 3 times out of 10, right? And I started to think about that. And I thought about all of our lives and about what we do. And if we could think more of them in them kind of frame of mind, that hey, if we strike out half of the time what we try to do and take on every day or in our life, that kind of makes us successful, doesn't it? I've been pretty tough on myself, that if I have a customer that's not satisfied with what we've done, or we've got to go back and fix something, it kills me, you know? And we do have a couple of customers that we're working with. They didn't like what we're doing, and we're trying to fix that, and I stand behind what I do. You can come in that door any day of the week, and you can talk to me face to my face, and we will go back and we will work this out in anything you want to do. You have my word, you have who I am, and you have our location. I'm not invisible. I'm flesh and blood, right, Alyssa?
Yeah.
So everybody, but I thought that was a good way of looking at what you do personally in your life, what we do, and what we try to do. And then it comes down to, like the guys said today, they said, hey, you know what, we're going to our new location. And they said, you know, Randy, we know that this company's going somewhere, and we know you're going to take care of us. And I said, that's right. As we grow, and as we become more and more profitable and bigger and better and honing in on this process, everybody's better. The customers are better, the workers are better, all of us are. But we have to stay focused on what we want. I don't have to stay focused, it's just the way I am. I want to do better all the time and give you guys a good product. Is that a sales pitch? Probably, isn't it? I don't mean it to be one. I need a loud voice with balloons and them whips. What's that guy in that whip and he whips his head? Everybody, thanks. My mom's over there watching. She's watching me. All right, everybody, I'll see you guys. Hey, tune in this weekend. I'm going to be over in Newport, and I'm going to show you our big arts building that we have. All right? Okay, man. See ya.